Howdy, y'all. Today got a nice healthy snack for y'all that even kids enjoy and blue collar workers as well. So if you got one or both, they should both enjoy it. Let's get to it. The reason I say kids enjoy this is because I was at one point a kid and I really enjoyed this. I always thought it was fantastic when I was small. And of course, now being a blue collar worker, I do enjoy this because it's a quick little snack. If I'm just feeling really tired and not wanting to do much cooking, I can do this as a snack or taking it to work. But I highly recommend not taking a Ziploc baggie because it will get super messy. If you have a little bit of Tupperware, something that won't get tipped over, because this can get messy in there. But when you get home, it's super easy to put together. You can air quotes say it's healthy. It's really tasty. You can feel like you're getting some healthy stuff in. Of course, we're going extra chunky on the Skippy peanut butter. I absolutely love peanut butter. And of course, got to have the chunky Skippy there. Tastes amazing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to load up the celery, get it full of peanut butter. I'm going to have it somewhat flat, not overly bounding, even though I do that sometimes. The celery isn't super curved, unfortunately, so it's a little bit more on the shallow side. If it's really curved, you can get a lot more peanut butter in there, but it doesn't matter. It's going to be great regardless. It's some leftover peanut butter from recipes that my best friend and I were making, as you'll have seen on the channel. So super tasty, and just being able to use some leftovers in a nice, simple little snack. Again, I'm not overloading the celery because it's somewhat shallow instead of a deep curve. So if it was heaped on top, it would kind of fall out. And I don't want it to be super duper messy. It's already going to be messy enough as it is. And yes, I did wash these. I would like to wash any vegetable I use every time I get it out of the fridge, even though I wash it right when I get it home from the store. And one thing I'd also like to note as well, whenever using celery, I always chop off a 1/4 inch every time I use it if it's been more than a day or two, because the ends get a little bit too hard, they get a little bit prickly. So I just cut off about a 1/4 inch. It's not much, it's not cutting away half of it. It's just, it dries out a little bit too much, so I just cut off the end just a little bit. That way it's not super dry or too prickly or too crunchy to where it don't taste right or feel right. Again, it's a very simple recipe. One thing though that I do not have on hand, that I wish I had on hand, that normally I would put on here, is once I get the peanut butter all nice and flattened out, I line up chocolate chips all the way down, no breaks. Some people will put 2 or 3 chocolate chips on a long stalk of celery. I am not that way. I put them side by side or double stack them all the way down to where there's 2 side by side all the way across. So you can get 25 chocolate chips or more, 30 chocolate chips on a stalk of celery. And because you're eating healthy, you're eating celery, air quotes, it's healthy, so you might as well have some sweets with it, right? That's how it should work. You have a little bit of healthiness, you have a little bit of sweets there. But even without the chocolate chips, it's going to be absolutely perfect, tastes great, and you can cut them up into smaller chunks, especially for kids, just nice little snacks. I just cut it up so y'all can see that it does cut nice and easy. I'm not using a cutting board, so I'm being a little bit extra careful with the tile on my countertops here. But if it's just for you, you can leave it in long stalks and just nibble on down and eat the whole thing without cutting it up. But if you're serving it at a party or just having an appetizer for snacks, especially for kids, you can cut them into little chunks and they work just fine. It's an amazing snack. Highly recommend it. Super simple. You can get it done very fast. And again, if y'all have more of a curved piece of celery, you can load a lot more peanut butter in there and more chocolate chips, which you got to have as many chocolate chips as possible, unless, like me, I completely forgot to get chocolate chips at the store. But it still works great, still fantastic. Highly recommend it. Plenty of peanut butter in there. Of course, extra chunky, but if y'all use the creamy, it works just as good. So that's what they look like. Hope y'all enjoyed.